Hey guys, Iain here with the Old School Labs, and I'm sure many of you just saw the title and the thumbnail and you clicked on the video and you just disliked it and got out of it before the intro was over. I'm sure some of you did that and I respect that, that's fine, but for those of you who stayed and you want to hear what I'm going to say, and probably after that you're gonna comment down below and say, stop talking about Kai, he's never coming back, I wanted to tell you that I don't think he's coming back. No, take it easy. But I'm just reporting what I saw on Instagram. Maybe he is. It's a very bold thing to say, but here is a video of Aaron Singerman, who is now working with Kai, actually sponsoring him, and he filmed him while he was warming up for a workout. He was commenting on his physique. He was saying that he looks huge, he looks big, and that he weighs 308 pounds in the morning. So that's a big bodybuilder, guys. That's a huge bodybuilder. And he's always lean. So you know that he can get on stage like into 270 or something if he wanted to, of course. And in case his body didn't deflate completely and melt it down, which is very possible. Anyways, this could be just teasing. Just Aaron, getting us to comment and to talk about him and his company and so on. It could be that. But I think Aaron Singerman has a little bit more integrity than Kai. Kai, he's trolling us for how many, 6-7 years already. He teased us, saying that he's gonna come back at the Mr. Olympia stage so many times, so we don't trust him. But when Aaron says something like this, he's basically saying that Kai might be prepping for Mr. Olympia. He's mentioning October and stuff like that. So let me play this little video for you and then you can see what I'm talking about.
See this, Eduardo?
I don't really know what that thing is.
Why does he
It's sticking out of his artwork.
Why does he look like this? It's almost like he's getting ready for something.
Yeah, wonder what.
I don't know. It's strange. He's 308 pounds this
Looks like
morning.
he's gonna be like just right in like some date in October.
He's got like this tumor-like growth in the back of his
Like
head.
he's gonna get it done.
Yes, we're getting it done.
Yeah.
Why is he looking like this? It looks like he's maybe prepping for something that is happening in October. And Mr. Olympia is happening in October. And basically, of course, it could be just, teasing. But fans are angry when Kai says something like this. And Aaron knows that. It's not playful. It's really not fun to say stuff like this if you don't really mean it. And Aaron is Kai's sponsor, so I'm sure he knows what Kai is planning. I don't know. He has been telling us this stuff before. It might finally happen this year. I really hope so. This doesn't really mean anything, and we've been through this, guys, so many times before. You don't have to comment on this. I said my piece. I just wanted to share it with you. And I saw also one other thing, which was very funny. Generation Iron posted this on Facebook, and Kai's comment was hilarious. They are saying Seth Rossi looks extremely shredded and incredible without steroids. And Kai says, yeah, me too. Yeah, I found this very funny. So Kai is trolling Seth Rossi. And Kai is doing these kind of things these days. He's commenting everywhere. You can see his comments everywhere, and they're usually funny. Because, again, this is Kai Greene, one of the biggest stars of bodybuilding, one of the most popular bodybuilders of all time. A 308 pounds beast who is not taking himself too seriously. He's joking around on social media. I like that. Yeah, I think he's, I would say, not very authentic. He's kind of fake, in my eyes. That's how I perceive him, and I'm sure many of you do as well. But when he's joking like this, yeah, I found this funny. So he's trolling Seth Rossi, saying that he's not natural, that he's as natural as Kai is. Anyways, let's go with something else now. New York Pro updates, and Nick Walker, who is posting a lot of stuff lately. This is him doing some Romanian deadlifts, and you can see that this guy has crazy hamstrings. These are one of the craziest hamstrings that we have today in bodybuilding. I think Phil Heath has one of the best hamstrings of all time, but as far as the young guys, like the new hopes of bodybuilding, that's gonna be Nick. Yeah, take a look at this. The side leg. So much thickness. And take a look at his physique right now, as far as the body fat percent and the way he looks getting ready for New York Pro. He looks good. And he's training really hard. And I like what he says in one of his posts. He says, this is not just another show. So he's really determined to win this New York Pro. And that's going to be, if it happens, of course, it's going to be a huge win for him. and he looks amazing. Take a look at this guy. Very impressive. So, based on this photo right here, you can see that he's getting very lean, especially through the legs. Like, there isn't almost any fat left. There are veins all over his inner thighs. I think he's just a little bit watery, and he's almost done. Like, he's almost ready for the show. Of course, with time, he's gonna get more, he's gonna get harder and harder. And yeah, that's gonna be an insane package for the New York Pro. He has very high chances of actually winning this show. And I like the fact that he takes pride in having small waist. That is a critique that he received, that his waist is not exactly super small, but he believes it's good, and he's working on it. I mean, I don't know if he's actually doing some actual work for having a small waist, but, by being concerned about it, by thinking about it, by wanting to have a small waist, you're gonna kind of attract that in your physique. And him... yeah, he's not exactly the tiniest waist on a bodybuilding stage, of course. He's not known for that, but just by focusing on it, he's gonna get it, he's gonna keep it as small as possible. In this shot right here, he's kind of pulling his stomach inwards, and I'm not saying he's doing vacuum or anything, but he's not letting it out. So he looks, his waist looks decent. But there are some poses in which he doesn't look exactly small-waisted. I wouldn't say that his waist is small. So take a look at this photo that we saw before. I mean, this is not a pose. He's not going to be posing like this on stage. Maybe it's something similar to that when he does side chest or side tricep, but he's going to twist his body more. And if he pulls his stomach in a little bit, it's going to look better. But basically, overall, when you look at his physique like this, in his photo that he posted, it's a bottle-shaped physique that Arnold was talking about. Like, there is no V-taper, right? I mean, the stomach is protruding, the legs are just insanely huge, and I mean, yeah, it's the angle, the way he shifted his body. Of course, he's much wider when he faces the camera, but you can get the idea. I mean, like, his waist from this angle could be twice as small, and still it would look normal, it would look much more impressive. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine that it was half of this size? It would be just much better, but of course, I mean, I don't know if it's impossible. Maybe some kind of genetic freak can do that. Maybe somebody like Blessing Awodibu, that guy has a really small waist, especially in these side poses, and he's really big, but I don't think he's this big. When you get to this size, I don't know if you can actually have a good V-taper. Blessing Awodibu, we have an update of him as well. In my previous video, you saw the way his V-taper is looking and his body fat, but this is a back double bicep shot in a t-shirt though. But yeah, you can get the idea. Very aesthetic physique, huge back, small waist. Look at his back, look at the lats. Wow, this is going to be one of the best physiques on Mr. Olympia stage in the future. And there is Roelly Winklaar as well, who keeps training really hard, and he keeps posting a bunch of stuff very often. And this is a video of him working on his back, doing some hammer strength rows, and he's doing a drop set here, and you can get the idea what he looks like. He is big, he's really wide to the back. What he lacks though is lower lats, and I don't think he's really working on that. I mean, yeah, he's kind of working, but with this kind of form, with this kind of swinging and stuff, I don't know if he's actually targeting the lower lats, but whatever. I mean, his back is growing, he's getting bigger, he's getting more impressive, and there are other guys who also have flaws. His back did improve over the years. It was weaker before, now it looks better, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He is potentially Mr. Olympia winner. He was third after Sean and Phil, who are now not around exactly. So yeah, he can win the Mr. Olympia, and he's training really hard. I'm sure he wants it. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Chris Bumstead started his off-season with some heavy squats, free weight squats. Him and his brother-in-law and his coach, Iain Valliere, are usually doing a lot of Smith machine stuff. And now Chris is doing free weight squats, and he says he's putting on big boy pants. And Iain doesn't like that because he's a big fan of the Smith machine. And you can see that he's doing pretty much everything that he can on a Smith machine. And lately, I mean, the last post that he posted was squat video, and he's doing how many? 6.25 plates, and he's doing like 7 reps on this. So this is really impressive. It's really freaking impressive. and he does it always. As far as I can see on the Smith machine. Me personally, I started doing it the same way, and I love it. It just feels much better. I'm not sure which is safer or more productive, but it feels good, so I'm going with my gut, and I'm sure you should try it as well, at least. Hunter Labrada, he posted a posing video, in which he looks absolutely freaking insane. Take a look at this guy. I mean, he's growing constantly. He's really putting the work in, and his genetics are doing the rest of the job. So he's gonna be doing a show, not exactly sure which show, he didn't announce yet, but it's gonna be announced soon, and he's about to start his prep, his cut. He hasn't stopped prepping since Mr. Olympia, and as you can see, he progressed. He looks absolutely amazing. He has like a bubbly physique. It starts to remind me of Branch Warren even. So his father, he was known for aesthetics, and this guy is an absolute monster these days. And you can see why. This guy is training really hard, really heavy, with a lot of intensity. And you can also see the way he's eating. And this was very interesting for me when I saw his meal plan. I don't know what you guys think about this, but I thought it was weird. I didn't know that bodybuilders are actually doing this kind of stuff. So on a first glimpse, you can see that he's only eating 6 meals a day. Nothing crazy, nothing drastic. Dave Palumbo used to eat like 12 meals a day, and Rich Piana used to eat like 10, also 12 maybe, I don't know. Hunter is eating 6 meals a day, and they are big meals for sure. He's doing, I'm sure many bodybuilders, most of them are doing this kind of similar thing, similar macros, similar calories. But what I found interesting is, as you can see, I highlighted it in yellow, 4 out of 6 meals are not containing any meat or anything. The only source of protein is whey isolate. So he's only eating meat in 2 meals every day. It's almost always whey. So there are people who are saying it's protein powder, it's not a real food. Real food is better. And is that really the truth? I'm not really gonna make a video about this entirely, but I'm just asking a question. Because there are a lot of people who don't do this stuff, myself included. I have whey only after workout, and for my last meal I have some whey and egg whites. The rest of it is always meat. Chicken breast, turkey breast, beef, sometimes pork. That's what I eat. I rarely have whey protein. And some people, I actually sent this to my coach, and he told me that when you have genetics like that, you can eat dirt and grow. So maybe it's that, Maybe it's just the fact that he has crazy genetics and he can do this. He can get away with this. But us guys with average genetics, we can't get away with that. We need to do the hard stuff. And it's much harder to chew 300 grams of meat than to have a couple of scoops of whey, right? Also, interestingly, you can see that he's having a lot of butter, a lot of nut butters, like almond butter, peanut butter, whatever. He's going through jars. Like he's having a lot of that stuff. And you can see the macros and the calories, that's all fine, but the fact that he has so much whey and not that much meat, that was interesting. I found that curious. Whatever you guys think about that, or whatever from this video. And as far as that part about Kai, let's not comment on that. Let's just ignore it. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Let's not start. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please like it. If you want to see more, subscribe to this channel. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.